Might respect my pally. Also, the funny thing with this game, Sparks, is you can you can use the same item for a really long time. Oh, you gotta help your mother-in-law move? Where's she moving to? Another part of Wenatchee. Yeah, I don't know how big Wenatchee really is, because I think I've only like been there like a handful of times. Well, like Everett, where I grew up, is really big. So Everett is like bigger than Linwood. It's bigger than Marysville. It's bigger than most places in the Pacific, like in Western Washington. I think it's close or bigger than Tacoma. Yeah, I don't know what's. Let's look that up real quick, Zion. I'm curious. So I just looked it up. Everett is bigger than Wenatchee. Everett has a population over 115,000 people. It says, yeah, Everett is the second biggest city in Western Washington. Only behind Seattle. Well, yeah. Well, I've been to Wenatchee. Like, my cousins live there. My uncle, Dennis, before he passed, like, he lived there for, like, 30 years? Something like that, 30, 40 years. But he worked in like the factories, and he volunteered for the fire department. He raised his kids there. So he spent that's where he worked. That's actually where he worked, by the way. He worked there for so long. But by working there, he got some like virus or like bacteria that like ate him from the inside, basically. But yeah, he lived in Wenatchee, and then me and my family, we grew up in Western Washington, and then my grandparents had a farm in Quincy. And then they owned half of Quincy. So when they passed away, like, they had to sell so many properties. Where you live is only 30,000 people. Wow, dude. That just seems so small. I think Marysville is the only. Yeah, he got like aluminum like stuff like inside of his like lungs and everything. I don't think I've lived in any town that had 30,000 people. Like growing up, like ever. I think I always lived in really big cities. Because even Linwood was big too. And I've heard of Anchorage. I had a friend that I went to school with, and he was actually from Anchorage, Alaska, so. I keep getting the same fucking uniques over and over again. I'd love to live in a place with 10,000 people and no neighbors. I think... So where my dad grew up was a place called Soap Lake. And I think there was only... like 300 people that live there. It's like one of the... It's in the top 5 smallest towns in Washington State. So yeah, where my dad... Our top 3 biggest is Ferris Bank, or Anchorage, and... I had thought about living in Alaska at one point, but I don't think I could do that. Just because of how small it is. Yeah, Soap Lake is super small. Yeah, I think like... So... Used to go to Cool Lake City to camp. Dang. Yeah, but my mom grew up in Quincy, so... I grew up in Everett and Linwood, so... Ghost Queen grew up in a small town. Like, Oak Harbor, I don't think is that big. But that just could be, you know, like me and where I grew up, so that could be part of it too. Yeah, I think Ghost Queen could not live there. Because she hates being cold. The west side is cool to visit, but you couldn't live there. Yeah, and I feel the other way about Eastern Washington. I feel like there's nothing to do there. Oh, it gets 90 in the summer there, Sparks? Yeah, it's, So, when I was living in, like, Western Washington, the summer only got up to, like, 75 or 80. Out here, it's, like, 110. It can get out here. Which is brutal. I hate the heat so much. I'd rather be in a climate that rains all the time. And I always tell people, they're like, why'd you move to Texas? I'm like, because Washington's too damn expensive. You can't afford to live there. Minus 20 in the winter? Jesus. Yeah, I could not do that. I could not do minus 20 in the winter. I like that middle area of like 50s to... My buddy lives in Idaho. If I would have known... You gotta plug your videos so they won't start the next days. So, I should have done more research before we moved. Otherwise, I would have moved to Idaho. If I'm being honest. Or I would have moved to Oregon so we weren't so far away. Because we have not been back home in like 4 years. Yeah, it's been about 4 years since we were back, so. What's up, Scar? But yeah, like Alaska seems pretty cool. Like the environment. Also, my favorite animal lives in is in Alaska. So, which I believe you guys have penguins. I could be mistaken. I want to see if I can add. Oh, you don't? Okay, what's a puffin? I don't know what a puffin is. What's a puffin? Does Alaska have polar bears? Because I always thought they did, but I could be mistaken. Like, I literally could be mistaken. I have no idea. Up until recently, I always... Puffin is... Oh, it's a toucan. Okay. Like the Fruit Loops guy. What's weird is the one animal I've wanted to... See, I always thought that polar bears were nice, but apparently they're mean. Washington's full of grizzly bears, though. I've seen one of those, and it was not nice. Yeah, apparently polar bears hunt humans. I found out. I was watching a video, and it just popped up. So being out here, polar bears are, Zion, in like in Granite Falls area, like they have grizzlies in Washington. Grizzlies, black bears, brown bears. So yeah, so when we moved to Texas, the one animal I wanted to see, and I've never seen one, is I want to see an armadillo. I've seen vultures out here. I've seen like a vulture just walking around. I haven't seen snakes yet. The wasps out here are freaking vicious yet malicious. Like they're bright red and you can't drown them. And then there's red widows out here and black widows. But the armadillo's extinct? I didn't think it was. But armadillos is what I think of when I think of Texas, but that's because of, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's an armadillo, like, in the beginning of the movie. So, when I think of Texas, I think of armadillos. It's very weird. It's not what most people would think. Yeah, I'm just... I want to see it. Also, there's... You can go to the place where they filmed the original Texas Chainsaw out here, and they turned it into a restaurant. So I've wanted to go there, but we haven't been there yet, so... We don't, venture that often, so... But they got, what is it? Yeah, there's rattlesnakes out there, man. I used to spend summers in Eastern Washington, Zion. Like, I used to go to my grandparents' house all the time, because they had a farm with, like, ducks and cows and horses, and they, like, had chickens, so they had, like, the real eggs and stuff like that. There's recluse out here too, I think. I think like Oh yeah, there's nothing to do in Quincy. You could walk around the entire town in 20 minutes. I've done it multiple times. Like when I was, what was it? I was 17 and I went there. My mom was like, "Oh, you can go find something to do. There's plenty of stuff to do here." No, there wasn't. I think the only thing I did is I went to like a video store. Funny thing about a moose is I was in Marysville and one was like outside my trailer and it chased me. Like legit. Also, Zion and Quincy, the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school are the same school. Because barely any people live in Quincy. And, what is it? Google bought, my grandparents' property, so. For, like, the internet towers and shit like that. So. Yeah, Quincy, where my mom grew up, is like was super small. Last time I was in Quincy, yeah, the data center, they basically bought people's properties, so people left, and like my great grandpa, like helped build stuff in the town. So like. Also, if you, like, the cemetery there, like, has a lot of my family line there. You were shocked when I heard down south classes were. In my high school in 2003, we had, like, we had 800 to 900 people in the class. So I had, like, 900 people in my class. And there would have been more if it wasn't for like the senior project, I think it was called. Yeah, my grandparents, their property got sold by the family, so that's how I was able to move to Texas, actually. Yeah, my class size was 900. I don't even know how big Ghost Queen's graduating class was. How big was your graduating class?
I don't know. It was a pretty big.
Sparks says the average class size is 36 kids in Alaska.
Mine was over 400, 500.
Mine was like 950.
Something like that. I don't know.
Mine was.
I can go count them. And the thing that pissed me off is that I'm not even in my senior yearbook. They fucking excluded me, even though I was the first one to give them the stupid shit, because I was the treasurer.
And I looked it up because we were talking about what town's bigger. Everett's bigger than Wenatchee.
Okay, you want to come with me, or are you gonna?
I'll be right here. I can come out with you. I'll be right there. I'll be right back. She doesn't want to go outside in the dark.
Do you understand me? Go ahead, close it. Not that thing.
You're always hiding in the corner, bro. Oh, that's all. This is good. Pizza.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool to look at. I've been trying to get my friend Ariana to send me a picture of Linwood, because I haven't been there in so long. And now they have a tram system. Your graduating class is only 10 people? Dude. That is so small. Let me look at that picture real quick.
You want heart? I'll fire on you.
I didn't get the picture yet, Zion.
I don't have that one. Chris, why do you think like this?
Oh. It says somebody sent me a follow like a little bit ago. Yeah, it's not letting me see it. It's sometimes when I'm live on TikTok, it won't let me look at stuff until I'm done.
That's Ray's contract right there.
What's up, Zaxxus? Stop eyeballing my food.
This sucks. I can't.
What's up, poop?
Just drive. I was like, I'm almost out of bullets. Brother.
Sounds like her and her team aren't getting along on her game.
Oh, dang. Okay, we gotta get out of here. I'm Isla.
Yeah, I'll look at it when I'm not live. It might show up then.
What are you talking about? You stop crying. Yeah.
When she plays with her friends, she gets so agitated sometimes. Some people need a grippy sock vacation. Hey Sparks, did you see how many nasty comments I got in my most recent video? It was not fun, so... Ghost Queen told me not to take it personal. The one on that cloud boss fight that I did on Crimson Desert. Yeah, she told me not to... Oh, it's still up. People are just, like, being very toxic. And being, like, as mean as humanly possible, basically. Because they don't... I think people just... That game has attracted, like, the people that usually play Souls games are mocking the people that don't play Souls games. What's up, OTC? No. There, we got some more bones. The goal is to get as much as I can out of this. What's up, Izra? Yeah, it's... Everybody was just being very brutal, and I was... I was just trying not to make any mean comments. You know how much you have to like fight the urge to like just say F off? But yeah, it was... I'm like, I don't know why they just can't like have constructive criticism. Well, the other thing is I've been doing content creation for so long, and for the longest time I thought YouTube was the most toxic of all of them, but no. Also, Crimson Desert's been bringing out, like, some of the most brutal, like, it's divided the fan base so much for that game. But there's so many people that, like, it's just dividing people so much. So, as it's just... Yeah, so I just... Because of YouTube, I can handle it a lot better than most people. That's the one thing I tell people, is when they're like, What should I do? What's the first thing I should know about being a content creator? I'm like, learn to take criticism and not try and interact with the trolls. So, which is why most of the time with trolls, I just freaking make them go away. I ban them. So what's happening with Crimson Desert is there's the fan base that come from Souls games, and then there's the people that just wanted to play a good action RPG. See, that's the one thing is, like, I don't... Oh, speaking of that, hey, Zion, did you hear the bad news today? Regarding the Souls games? Okay, so... Have you ever heard of a game studio called Oasis? So Oasis is notorious for... They are the reason that Super Mario Run, like they charged money in that game, and Mario Kart World on mobile cost money. So they are a very money-grubbing company. They bought 60% of the ownership of From Software. So they now can dictate what type of game elements are inside of the Souls games now. So they now have a majority stock in From Software. So, for From Software people, that's not a good thing. And I think one of the first things that happened... Yeah, so, So I'm just like Souls games. I like the aesthetics of them, and I like the stories. So, but it's just the games to me are, it's too brutal. I have Elden Ring I have played, but I just don't get it.
Oh. I was trying to figure out what the hell, and I was like, you can't be fake, but I'm thinking you're fake. And then I was like, I have a friend saying there's
So there's 1307. If we switch that, 1512. Yeah, I'm not very good at all that stuff. But you know, it just, I like watching people play the Souls games, but I don't think I'll ever be like on that level. What's up, Schismic? But I will try them. I've tried Bloodborne. I've tried Demons. Demon Souls, I made it pretty... I did a little bit better. I have done Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Elden Ring. What's up, Sam Matthewhausen? I would say they probably do. My biggest thing with Elden Ring is somebody said it'll be easier if you do magic. And then you can do magic, but you run out of mana real freaking quick. I like these little loot lizards, man. Magic has good properties, of finding the crap for it is difficult. You did a warrior tank build. Yeah, that could be good. Like, I've tried different types of builds, but you know, I thought it might be easier if I did, what was it, is it called Elden Ring Night Rain, where it's like multiplayer? I will say some of the people that play Souls games just set a bad structure for the rest of you guys, because they like are very toxic towards non-Souls players. What's up, Thomas? Dog is like running around the house. I heard that. So I was listening to this dude that chugs, who's a wrestler and he's a streamer, and he was talking about how it's very brutal. This build is doing so much better since I put that armor on. You had lots of trouble with the first DLC. The boss fights look good. But I also would say, like, if some of the Souls players try to play the Diablo games or the like ARPGs, they'd probably get smashed. Yeah, so like if that's what I want to see. I want to see some of the Souls players try and play Diablo games because they probably think they're super easy. There's more mechanics in these games than most games. Or, what was it? Ninja Gaiden or Mega Man. Or what is it? Oh, he did? Hey, Warlock build, if you don't know what you're doing, it won't work. Yeah, you gotta have that done just right. If you ever play Elden Ring again, try looking up tips on you. I looked up some tips, it's just my goal with a Souls game is I just want to beat one boss. One boss. But that's why I was so happy in Crimson Desert that I've beaten 4 bosses. Like, that felt good, is being able to beat 4 bosses. You ever see Armor's boss battle? I've seen some of the boss battles. I've even seen the one with, what is it, Mikola? Mikola's like this badass boss that you can fight. Was on a boss on a ledge, something that just fell off and jumped back. With the full game, I believe it's 100 bosses and mini bosses in Elden Ring. Yeah, I think like Crimson Desert, I believe there's 76 bosses. Yeah, there's some games that are like that. Like there's some RPGs I played that will take you a lot. Like I am happy that I've 100%ed Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and those games take a lot to do. This build is performing well now. The cat is like attacking my foot. So I might have to stop because this laptop is getting really, really hot. So I think we're gonna exit. Yeah, so we're gonna cut it there because laptop's getting too hot. So I will see you guys next time. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be on tomorrow. Alright, I'll see you guys later.